All right, my name's Todd from Holy Apostles, and we're super excited to be with you and to share with you some of the things that are happening at Holy Apostles this week and in the next coming weeks. So, this is one of the things that I love about where we are at Holy Apostles. There is so many exciting things that are coming up right around the corner, things that we're involved in, and I am excited to share them with you. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of this growing community that are sharing their love for Jesus Christ and what Jesus is doing in their lives and in these events that we have going on at Holy Apostles. So also, if you don't mind, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button. It does help us out tremendously. Let me bring you into some of the announcements. So I'm gonna get that shot up over here. And we're just going to jump into the things that are going on very, very soon at Holy Apostles. So one of the things is these announcement videos that we've been doing. And I did want to just remind you again that the QR code there, you can hover your phone on the camera over it, and you just click on the link that it brings up and it will bring you right to our YouTube page. We also have one of these for our website as well. And both of them will be printed on our bulletins this Sunday at church. Right on the back, you'll see both of them. They're clearly labeled. One's for our YouTube channel, one is for our website. All you got to do is bring your phone up, put it on camera, hover it over there. It will bring up a link. You click on it, it'll bring you right there. It's as easy as that. So you're going to see these QR codes popping up everywhere. So that's the deal on that. Let me get this up here so that we can actually walk through it in the manner that we want to. All right, so the next thing that I did want to share with you is our pet blessing. Every year at Holy Apostles, we have been doing pet blessing. In previous years or in the old ages, this used to be referred to as the blessing of the beast. And it generally is around St. Francis of Assisi Day. And so it is October 5th. This year at 10 a.m. right at Holy Apostles. You pull in the church parking lot. We're going to be right there. So if you have a pet, if you got dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, you got a horse, you got a donkey, a pig, whatever you got, bring it. We would love to do the pet blessing and we'd love to bless your pets. One of the things that I love is getting to see a different side of people and seeing people interact with their pets and the love that they have for their pets. I love it. So on October 5th, which isn't that far away, on October 5th at 10 a.m. will be our pet blessing at Holy Apostles, and we would love for you to join us. So put that on your calendar, mark it off as a day that you definitely want to be here. So the pet blessing at Holy Apostles is happening. All right, the men's group happened this last week. Being a part of that men's group means so much to my soul. It means so much to my Christianity to just have this space every month where I can get together with a group of guys and talk about Jesus or what Jesus is doing and what Jesus is doing at Holy Apostles or what he's done historically. It just means so much to me. And I love that we've got this great group of guys that get together every month. And this last month we talked about, the difference between the Anglican Church and the Episcopal Church in the United States. And what those differences are, why these two different groups exist. And it's just a fun time to gather, have a drink, share a meal, and talk about the church, Jesus, God, all of it. The reason I'm bringing this up is because the women's group is kicking off this week coming up. On September 17th at Sarah Day's house at 6:30. The same thing takes place with that group. It's an opportunity to share your life with other women in much the same place that you're at, and to have people pray for you, and to pray for other people, and to talk about what Jesus is doing, and to share a meal, have a drink. It's a great time. I would highly encourage you to consider joining the women's group on September 17th at 6:30 at Sarah Day's house. She's a fantastic host. If you need directions, call the church office. Deanna can get you directions to Sarah's house. It's very, very easy. Moving on from there, we are, this is something that I'm very excited. I've been excited about the Great Awakening ever since I thought of teaching on this topic. There have been four moments in history in the United States where there's been an awakening to spiritual things, a renewed interest in God or the church or Jesus. And what I want to do is I want to look at those four different times that this has taken place, asking the question, why? What brought this about? And what did it look like when it happened? And who were the key people involved? And when you're talking about the Great Awakening, the first Great Awakening, when we get to September 29th, we're going to be introduced to a couple people that I just want to share with you briefly. The first individual we're going to be introduced is to a guy named George Whitefield. And so we're going to be introduced to this amazing man, George Whitefield, and his ministry. And so I'm excited about that. I love George Whitefield. I love the innovations that he's brought to the life of the church. And we're going to be introduced to that. Another individual that we're going to be introduced to is a guy named Jonathan Edwards. And I have the complete works of Jonathan Edwards right here. It's 2 massive volumes. So Jonathan Edwards is kind of like the appetizer to the Great Awakening. He is kind of the forerunner, the thing that's taking place right before the Great Awakening takes place. In many ways, Jonathan Edwards is paving the way for the Great Awakening. And I love it. Any Sunday, you can start your Sunday off by looking at George Whitefield and Jonathan Edwards. That's a good Sunday. So September 29th, consider joining us for a great Sunday looking at the Great Awakening. Starts at 8:30 in the morning. I know that that's early, but our services start at 9:15 since we're down to one service while the renovations in our sanctuary take place. So 8:30, it will be worth it. Just give me a shot on it. It will be worth it at 8:30. So that's one thing that we're moving towards. Another thing that we're moving towards is the restart of our Zoom Bible studies. We generally take the summer off of the Zoom Bible studies, and we have this summer as well. We've also taken an additional month, the month of September, off because of the renovations that are taking place and all the work that's involved in that. But starting October 1st, our Zoom Bible studies will be back on Tuesdays at 10:30, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to be looking at the Gospel of Mark. So we're going to be walking through the entire Gospel of Mark, not on that day, but we'll begin looking at the Gospel of Mark on October 1st. Please consider joining us. Deanna sends out a link to the Zoom Bible studies every week. All you got to do is click on that link and it will bring you right to our Zoom Bible studies. If you do not get our emails, but you would like the link to the Zoom Bible study for the Gospel of Mark, just email or call the church office and Deanna will get you on the list and get you that link. Let's study the Gospel of Mark, study God's Word together starting October 1st. I did also want to point out that Deacon Elizabeth's Bible study will be restarting. I don't have a date for you yet, but I am excited to let you know that Bible study will be restarting as well. And Deacon Carol always has her Bible studies on Wednesdays. I think it starts at 11. Wednesdays at 11 in the church library. So keep that in mind. 3 Bible studies rolling. You take your pick. 1 in the evening, 1 in the morning, and 1 online. Can't beat that. There's no excuse to not be involved in a Bible study at Holy Apostles because we got you covered on all fronts. All right, moving on from there. This is something new and something that I've been wanting to do quite a while. What this slide is this is a preview of the sermon that I'm going to be preaching this Sunday. This Sunday, I am going to be preaching on James chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. We're going to be looking at those famous verses of taming the tongue. And, one of the things that's interesting about it is that I've been a priest at Holy Apostles for 11 years, just over 11 years. 11 years and I think 2 weeks. And I've never preached on James chapter 3, 1 through 12, taming the tongue. So I'm super excited to delve into this topic and to look at what it means to have a voice and what we can do with that voice, both negatively as well as positively. And every time we use our voice negatively, we are making a decision to, rather than to build up, to tear down. And it's one of the things of James chapter 3 that I absolutely love. So join us this Sunday as we look at James chapter 3, taming the tongue. So moving on from there, you get into the idea of Rally Day being right around the corner. Look, normally Rally Day is right around now, the middle of September. But we've pushed it off a little bit because we want Rally Day to revolve around the renovation of the church. And we want it to be a celebration of that work being completed and us re-entering into the sanctuary. And so that's what Rally Day is going to be. So that day when we re-enter into the sanctuary, that will be Rally Day. It will be one service. I don't have the time figured out yet, but it will be one service. And afterwards, we're going to have a grand reception to celebrate all of the work and the effort that has been done in renovating our sanctuary and the beauty of that sanctuary as we move into it. So hopefully I can get you a date pretty soon, but I just want to keep reminding you that Rally Day is coming up because this work will someday wrap up relatively soon. I'm expecting in about a month, maybe 5 weeks, we should be moving back into that sanctuary. So moving on from there, that might be the end. And yes, that is the end of this week's announcements at Holy Apostles. Every week, I'm going to try and give you some new things. Every week, I'm going to try and share with you new things about the teachings coming up, new things about the sermons that are going to be preached at Holy Apostles. But this is an exciting parish to be a part of. And I am thrilled to be the priest at Holy Apostles, and I hope that you're thrilled to be a part of this congregation as well. That's what I got for you this week. I will catch you on the next one of these, and hopefully I'll get to see you on Sunday as well.